Why does one of the absolute biggest Latin pop stars on earth sing like his tongue is broken? He is actually using a calculated dialect that streamlines the Spanish language for the relentless timing of modern pop. Look at this academic breakdown of his lyrics. He systematically drops the S at the end of verbs. He takes a word like actitude and cuts off the D, making it actitu. Or he shrinks a preposition like para down to a sharp pa. This deliberate destruction of grammar reveals a highly specific linguistic strategy. To understand how it works, imagine a dialect slider. On one end, you have standard textbook Spanish. On the other, heavy Colombian street slang. When Maluma sings a romantic pop ballad, that slider drops to 0. He pronounces every syllable with polite clarity. We see this textual analysis of a romantic track like Vuelo hacia el olvido. The lyrics fall into a category called lenguaje cuidado, careful language that strictly obeys standard Spanish rules. By locking his dialect to the genre, he manipulates how you perceive his intent. Polite, unbroken words signal a more formal, traditional romance. So what happens to the language when the lyrics pivot from romance to casual sex in a dark club? Listen to an explicit trap track like Polvo. The slider instantly slams to 100. Proper Spanish words carry a rigidity that fails to convey the raw energy of these tracks. They sound too formal for the dance floor. To match the explicit subject matter, the language itself must strip down. Authenticity in this genre requires an unfiltered street dialect. Here is the formula. Rule 1. Systematically chop the S off plural nouns and verbs to shave off milliseconds. Rule 2. Shrink essential connecting words. A 2-syllable word like bada becomes a sharp 1-syllable ba. Rule 3. Inject English vocabulary, words like baby or boy, straight into the Spanish verses as a rhythmic filler. Every single edit serves a single master, speed. The goal is mechanical efficiency. By removing heavy consonants, these aerodynamic syllables glide over a fast-paced reggaeton beat, prioritizing the bounce over proper grammar. You don't even need to speak Spanish to feel it working. This phonetic engineering creates a universal rhythm. The listener registers the physical bounce of those truncated consonants, even without a dictionary definition of the words. Prioritizing rhythmic aerodynamics creates a persistent earworm that bypasses language barriers entirely. These mechanical syllable tricks have an impact that reaches far beyond the recording booth. He takes the authentic slang of his Colombian neighborhoods and broadcasts it across the planet. He took a hyper-local linguistic secret from the streets of Medellín and weaponized it for an international audience. That engineered dialect acts as a vehicle, turning local neighborhood slang into a worldwide export. Bending the rules of the Spanish language produced an inescapable, universal vibe. He adapted the traditional Spanish dictionary to fit the relentless timing of a modern metronome. And that precision engineering paid off at the highest institutional levels, yielding Grammys and massive commercial dominance. Engineering this streamlined, aerodynamic dialect is what drove his massive streaming numbers and global chart domination.